Good morning, good evening, and or good night, whatever it is, wherever you are. Welcome back to the Fanfliction Podcast, where we are writing Hollywood's next big blockbuster, one podcast at a time. And I forgot to turn on the AI summary. We're starting over. No, we're not. I'm just kidding. But I do have to have the AI companion on because it is hilarious and I love it. And I've been posting some excerpts of it on our Twitter. So if you love that, just go ahead and give it a like and tell us you want to see
You're
more
falling
of the
victim
AI.
to the dangers of AI.
Yeah, I know. It's so bad. It's funny. Like it's good in some points, but then it just goes like off the rails. And
Did you see the thing about the AI podcast that they told it was an AI?
yeah,
And that was creepy if that's real.
yeah, we're very, very close to Skynet at this point.
It's like I
Oh.
called my wife just to see if she was real. It's like, oh my God.
All right, well,
That's terrifying.
we're starting off hot. Let's go ahead and get introductions out of the way. And for the third straight week, I think I'm just going to remember this from now on. I am your host with the most, Drew. And
How does one have the most to Drew? How
I
do
don't
we
know.
get more or less Drew? I would like
How
to
do you
give up some
measure
of
a
my
Drew? Like if someone's like dad is also named Drew, are you more Drew than a different Drew?
Can I donate all of my Drew? I don't want any Drew.
I feel sad. All right. Well, anyway, and as always, I am joined there, right there, by the lovely co-host Jess.
Oh, okay. It's always a surprise for me because the screens are different. But hi everybody. I'm glad to be here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And right over there would be
Over
Brandon.
here.
Welcome back, Brandon.
Hi. Good to be here.
We didn't fire you. We didn't replace you with Chat GPT.
Yay. I wait, where was I was at the band competition, the
Yeah, you.
Majorette Festival.
Yeah. Did you do good?
Well, I wasn't participating. I was there as a middle school band director.
I
I was
used to
there
be like a
supporting-
majorette with a baton. Like
Yeah,
I used to
Yeah.
twirl the
That's what
batons.
this is. It's all the high schools in Kanawha County have a, I guess, mandatory competition. They put an extra thing for Miss Majorette for Kanawha County in there. It's been going, I think this is the 55th one. So 55 years, I think. 58, something like that. I can't remember.
Yep. All right. Well, we're not a band podcast. That's our other one. It's
I do a
called 9 to
band
5
podcast.
or 8 to 5. It's called 8 to 5. Sorry. It's been a while. I've seen bands do 9 to 5 or 6 to 5, which is stupid, but
Do 1 to 5.
yeah, okay. Anywho, not a band podcast. Anyway,
I'm
welcome
doing
back.
good.
And our guest tonight is we don't have
Me.
one. They were
I can
sick.
go put a helmet on.
No.
I can turn Morgan Freeman on.
No. You mean my helmet that's still in the background there?
That's there too, but I got the Master Chief.
Yeah.
And I made a Samus Aran helmet too that I'm working on for Halloween.
We'll see that for Halloween. All right. Anywho, where was? Oh yeah, no guest tonight. There was 3 of them supposed to be there. One of them has a sore throat, but really wanted to be there, so we're going to reschedule. So no worries. We'll meet them later. So it's just us 3 flying solo tonight.
Well,
So-
are we solo if there's 3 of us?
Yes, because we are one.
We're one
podcast.
collective. Yeah.
We're one podcast. We're solo.
One of us. One of us.
All right. So, as I said last week, I know we needed to go in and add some scenes. I did that this week, but I think this week we're going to go ahead. I almost have the first episode finished. I did the space battle. Woo.
Woo.
Yeah.
So we left off last week. They left the planet. They have this new, what do you want to call it, mission, the overall arcing seasonal plot. We got that last week, and they left the planet with Malchamek, Tanga, and Colleen in a ship. All right, and this is not like a little fighter ship. This is like a bigger. Think the ship from Brandon from Ahsoka, or that without the stupid spinny wing thing.
So It's just like a V wing.
Well, that size where you can walk around like the inside of it. It's not like
So a slightly smaller Millennium Falcon.
yes, not that
Like the
big, but
ship from
Ahsoka.
Shadows of the Empire.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Mhm. That's
Oh,
a
hey, I stand corrected. Apparently, they do have minutes in Star Wars.
okay, good. So I don't have to
Yay!
change that
Okay.
line. And we totally weren't talking about reading ahead before. Anyway, so they left the planet. We went over that. Where we go? Oh, Mal pulls the alarm. He drops out of hyperspace right on the edge of the planet, even though he was told not to. Alarms and klaxons, which we can get rid of because alarms are klaxons are alarms. So we can just say klaxons immediately start ringing in the ship. Scroll down. What's wrong? What is that? Mal looks at the console and looks up with a frightened look on his face. I can't spell worth a hoot. And we see 3 fighter ships. Let's just put fighters. How about that? 3 fighters swoop past the view screen. Bum, bum, bum. So then this is where I started, and I wrote all this afternoon. My fingers are flying across the keyboard like greased lightning. All right, so we go
That's
to,
good though. That's good when you like get in that like flow.
yep.
Wait, did you do this while you were at work?
No, I did.
Oh,
I only had like a half day today. I was back at the office at 12:45, so I was home at 2.
I want a
So
half day. I hate general music.
yeah. All right, so we switch to exterior space, the canal system. 3 fighter class ships begin swooping around the Jedi ship. They start firing at it, but you can tell they're intentionally missing. They're just messing with them at this point. Does
Are
that
they
make sense?
firing warning shots
Yes, basically warning shots.
across their hull?
But they're swooping around as they do it just to look like like their ship isn't moving yet. It's just sitting there and dropped out of hyperspace. All right. Interior. Then we switch back to the interior of the Jedi ship. Mal looks dumbstruck, like did not expect this whatsoever. Colleen looks over at him with a panicked look on her face. And she says, Master, what should we do? Do we fight? Do we run? Should we hide? And that last comment snaps Mal out of his trance, and he glares at Colleen and says, Where exactly do you want us to hide? Behind one of the enemy's ships? Think before you speak, Padawan.
Sorry, it's like he's zoning out and then she says something dumb and he's like snaps out of it, just a reminder that that was dumb. Very Mal Chemek.
I feel like that's more of like a Han Solo comment than a Qui-Gon Jinn comment.
Well, yeah,
You get what I'm saying?
I mean, he's not Qui-Gon. Not in this, not
Okay.
anymore.
It doesn't seem Jedi-ish, but okay.
I mean,
Jedis typically don't go out of their way to be demeaningly sarcastic to people.
well, he doesn't like her.
This is a Jedi who hasn't done anything for 10 years, but isolate himself. So,
I mean, if you want to change it, we can change it.
yeah.
It's whatever. It's just my take on it. It doesn't have to be like law.
Okay. I mean, if you want to change, I mean,
I know nothing about Jedis, so I can't say anything.
I mean, I get what you're saying. I understand it's not, Jedi-ish, but he's also not your typical Jedi's. But
okay.
He's a bad Jedi. He doesn't play by the rules.
A dark Jedi.
All right. So let's get to this next paragraph because this is genius by me. I'm going to just go ahead and say it. I'm going to read the next little bit. Mal turns to look at Tanga, and Tanga is muttering under her breath. And one of her quirks is what I had. Sorry, missed a parenthesis. One of her quirks is when she gets stressed or upset or stuff goes off the rails, she starts just repeating things that she's read that she has memorized. So here is what she says, muttering under her breath very quickly. The purpose of the Force is to avoid possible dangers of the Force. The Force and the explanations with them deserve your careful attention and understanding. The Force is not by itself eliminating any danger. The instructions and warnings they give are no substitute for proper accident prevention measures. Alrighty then. Okay, not really like that, but kind of like that muttering under her breath. That that whole paragraph, I looked and could not find like a Jedi text to copy out of online somewhere. So I went and found a manual for a Toro lawnmower and copied it and changed the word mower to force. So that's where that paragraph came from. It obviously can be changed to something else, but we can use that as a placeholder. It actually doesn't sound too ridiculously stupid.
If you remember, like in some of the books, it says that their teachings from the Force came from the study of ancient lawnmowers on some of the cultivating
That's true.
produce plants.
Yeah. Oh, it gets better. I'm not done with the mower theme here. Mal looks at her like she is going crazy. Mal looks at her like she is going crazy. What are you doing? Studying for a test? No. When I get nervous, I repeat books that I have memorized. That was from Jedi Master Orot's thesis on relying on warnings from the Force instead of being proactive in prevention. He goes on to theorize. Mal cuts her off. I don't care what he theorizes. Get back to the turret and help us defend this ship. Have you ever heard of Jedi Master Orot? Think, what do we do with the Knaub system?
That's what I'm trying to spell it backwards. S-T-O-R-O.
Toro?
No. Leave off the S. That's
Toro.
It's Toro.
Oh, is Toro
the mower brand?
Lawnmowers?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking like Troy, like Scott's turf builder.
Troy would be Yort. No, we're not. No, Yort. Yort would be good. We want to do Troy. Would that be a better name brand? Master
Sure.
Yort.
John Deere spelled backwards.
That's too complicated. I'm gonna change it to Yort. I'm gonna change it to Yort. Maybe that's a better brand. Master Yort's thesis. Okay. So, I mean, it's a placeholder. We can change it to something that sounds a little more Jedi-ish. I just found that and
everything sounds Jedi-ish in Star Wars.
Yeah, I think to me, I didn't know it was related to a lawnmower. I was like, oh, that sounds very Jedi.
It's okay.
Sure.
Back to this. Are we okay with her cutting her off and telling her to get her ass back and shoot something?
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, they only are hearing, they know that they're being attacked, so they don't know probably that they're being intentionally missed.
Yeah, that's my thought. Yeah. Okay. So he cuts her off. I don't care what he theorizes. Get back to the turret and help us defend this ship. I need a weapon. Sorry. Wrong series. Colleen goes to chirp up to volunteer something, but she is cut off before she can get a word out. And Chemek continues, not now. Mind your place. Try and get a signal to the Jedi Council. Chirp up to, I forgot the word to there. I said it, but wasn't there. So try to get a signal to the Jedi Council. Colleen reaches over, presses a few buttons, and then looks back at Mal. They are jamming all long-range communications, Colleen says. Just at that moment, the ship rocks violently. It has been struck by laser fire from the fighters. And Chemek says, I guess their warning shots are finished.
Okay.
Mal takes the controls and begins to fly the ship. So we go back to exterior Knaub space. The Jedi ship takes off quickly and tries to maneuver away from the three fighters, but they are just too quick and maneuverable. They continue to fire and are hitting about 60% of their shots. Back to the bridge. Interior. Mal seems to have come out of his depression. He has life in his eyes and lots more energy. Like he's completely, kind of in the zone here. Is what I'm going with. Mal turns to look at the back of the ship to see if Tanga has taken her position on the rear turret, but she's still standing 5 feet behind him and still muttering. Important. The battery pack is not fully charged after construction. Before using the saber for the first time, charge it.
Is that from an electric lawnmower?
It's from a battery powered weed eater. But if you remember, the very first lightsabers had battery packs.
Yeah.
So I thought that's why I changed um, Weed Whacker to Saber. Oh, come on, that works. You got to
No,
give me that.
I
That works.
I didn't even know that they used to use battery packs.
Yep,
I
the
learned
very
something.
the very very first ones did.
Which
Ma-
they've recreated that in real life.
yeah,
They have plasma sabers in real life that
they're
use
scary.
battery packs now.
Yeah. Mal's
Totally unwieldable, but
no, well, Mal's
So
infuriated at this.
far.
Would you get back and fire at those ships?
no.
Tanga. Oh yeah, I can do that. I haven't had practice in a while, but I shall let the force guide me. Kind of aloof. Colleen is looking at her with great admiration.
Admiration.
Admiration. She smiles at Tanga as she leaves the bridge towards the gunner's position. I don't like this. Why? I mean,
With the sentence?
no, the whole thing because, like, well, I do and I don't. I mean, I guess Colleen doesn't realize, just this all new to her, but maybe Tanga doesn't. Okay, I'm okay with it. Never mind. I'll shut up. I was thinking, maybe it's not the time that they should be smiling at each other, but they're not.
I feel like so far, I haven't seen the rest of the scene yet, but I feel like so far, this is a lot going on in an emergency situation.
Well, I mean, this is going to be quicker than.
Yeah, I feel like there's going to be a lot of cuts, like almost like it's just, just with everything going on, like people are going to talk faster. Like I feel like when Tanga's like saying these things, she's almost like whispering them that like not everyone's going to hear every word, I
Yeah,
feel like.
yeah, like when she's
You
having
know?
that big
Yeah, it's
soliloquy
to
back there.
herself and it's under her breath. Like so people aren't going to hear every word to the purpose of the voice. And so it's like it's going to be kind of like I feel like it's going to go a lot faster.
Yeah, like that would be going. This right here, the whole speech would be going on while
Yeah.
everybody else is. And there's going to, when Disney does pick this up and film it, there'll be more shots bouncing in and out of. And I just didn't write it that way, but it is. I mean, it is a lot actually going on. But I was kind of basing this a little bit off of. I went and looked up some space battles, and there's some of them that go like 10 minutes. So I was trying to squeeze out a lot of time here, especially when we get to the end of it. And well, we'll get there. We'll get there. Actually, I haven't got there yet because I haven't wrote it yet, but maybe we'll get there.
Annie.
The ship shakes again, taking another hit. Actually, we said they were hitting 60% of the time, so maybe taking more damage would be a better way to put that.
A hole is opened in the stern and sucks out Bob Kebab, the person
No.
that was there to speak.
Switch back to exterior. We see the rear of the ship. The ship is taking many quick turns and ducks. Tanga is shooting the turret at the fighters. She has some close shots, but fails to hit the target. She looks back towards the bridge. They are just too fast. What should I do? She says. Mal is excited and seems to be having some fun. Just keep shooting. Tanga shrugs her shoulders. What does he think I've been doing? Under her breath. Colleen smiles and looks over at Mal. What do you want me to do, Master? Colleen, what do you want me to do, Master? Mal looks straight ahead with a smile. Just keep trying to get the long-range communications to work. Just like that time on Sub Terrell, isn't it, Zep? Oh.
Uh-oh. Classic.
Mal's face slumps as he comes back to reality and realizes what he said. He holds the controls still for a minute, and the ship rocks violently. Colleen checks her monitors and gets a grim look on her face. Master, they've taken out our engines. We're dead in space. Just at that moment, another blast hits the ship, and Colleen and Mal are nearly thrown from their seats. A new klaxon begins to wail. The lights flicker and go dark. There's very little light left inside the ship. Some of the instrument panels, wow, I cannot spell begin today, begin to spark. Mal begins to check his controls. They have knocked out main power. Propulsion and weapons are offline. Life support is failing. Tanga enters the hatchway and returns to the bridge. She has a gash on her forehead and is bleeding. Colleen looks back at her and has a look of horror. Master Laura, you okay? Your head is bleeding. I am all right, young one. Let's focus on the task at hand first. Colleen, yes, master. Colleen turns back around, looks at her console. A light starts blinking and beeping. Colleen continued. Well, short range communication still works. Mal looks at her in disgust. How can you be that optimistic right now? Do you not understand how serious this situation is? Colleen shrugs. I just have to trust in the Force. At hearing that, Mal starts to get visibly upset because, as we remember, that's what he kept telling Zephyr in the beginning. Maybe we should, Tanga, maybe we should answer the comm. Maybe they will let us surrender. Mal, we don't even know who they are. Tanga, all the more reason to answer it. Okay, Shemek. Okay, I'll answer it. He looks over at Colleen. As I talk to them, go back to the engine room and try to get main power back online. Focus on that focus on that and propulsion. We have to get out of here. Colleen, yes, master. Mal turns back to takes a deep breath, presses a button on the console. We see a screen come on, and that's when I ran out of time and had to That's when I had to do dishes and start the podcast.
And a Wookiee is on the screen.
Yes. Actually, yes. Or that's what I was going to say. Do we want this to be the henchman bad guy or big bad bad guy?
Well,
it's
if this
either
is
going
a
to be
TV show, it
yeah,
has to be like the little guys first, right? We go right to big bad.
if it's a TV show, it's either going to be big bad or no one that you never see again. There's not going to be like middle management bad guys.
So you don't think so we're not going to have a big bad female Wookiee henchman?
Yeah.
If you want one.
Well, I mean, do we want to go ahead and is the end of the first episode going to be the reveal of who it is, or I mean, once we meet the big bad, I don't where we're going to name it. I mean that kind of has to be once we meet him. That's got to be the reveal, right? Can't meet him for a while, then the reveal, right?
Why couldn't you? If they're wearing a mask or something.
Yeah, typically you don't want to right off the bat it be his Padawan's face there. I mean, it can be that character, but maybe a mask, and then later on they're like, it's me.
Yeah, a mask and a voice changer or something,
like Smiley from
okay. No, not Smiley.
That new one.
Yeah. It's getting retcon, or cut out of canon, so we're good. Well, my point is, you all don't know this because it's in my head. That's right.
In my head.
They're not going to blow them up here. They're basically just going to try to leave them for dead.
Okay.
So, I mean, if it's the big,
so I think it's good. I think we could meet big bad, but we just won't know who it is. It'll just have their whatever their big bad name is.
Well, see, that's why I thought it might need to be the henchman, because if it's the big bad, he's not going to want him dead before he can say who he is.
Yeah, but
does that make
maybe
sense?
He doesn't know who they are.
Oh, he knows.
He just thinks it's some ship.
No, he knows. He has to know. Well, we'll figure out how, but he has to know, right?
Yeah, I just don't think it should be found out. I think that's kind of the big twist, right? So it's having the big twist in the first episode. It's how do you make it twistier throughout the season?
Just a henchman then.
So just a henchman.
Yeah.
So okay, so it's going to be the big female Wookiee.
Or a roadie.
No, Tanga's a Rodian. We never said that, did we? Tanga's a Rodian.
We ever said that.
Yeah, Tanga's a Rodian.
Okay.
We said that. We just never released it.
Oh, was that in the original
first
episodes?
I keep forgetting that. Okay. All right. I mean, other than that, any other big um things you want to change or add, take away? You just want to start from the top of it and work our way back down?
Sure.
Sure. I mean, most
Well,
of it
let's
like
do it.
even sounded good. It was just like some things were just like wordy, I think.
Yeah, I do tend to get wordy.
Have you thought about having them cut off
What?
your warts? You said you get warty.
Wordy.
But dude, shh,
No,
come
I had
on,
to.
you're a dad. You got to have the dad humor.
Yeah, probably. All right, so firing at him intentionally miss. Should I just put firing warning shots?
Sure.
Yeah.
It seems weird to me that they fire warning shots and then without explanation just go to firing shots.
Okay,
Shot,
that's a
shot,
very good
shot,
point.
shots.
Well, actually, this actually goes back to if they're gonna end up leaving them for dead, why don't they just shoot them right away? Like, why are they like scaring them and then leaving them for dead?
That's a good point. What if what if they fire the warning shots and we have them try to communicate with them, but Shemek ignores them?
Yeah, that works
Okay,
for
that gives them a reason to
Let's
switch to real shooting.
Yeah, then they start shooting at him to get their basically just get their attention. We can even put in a line like, they're shooting us, but they're not trying to destroy us. Why? And they're confused. That
Yeah.
makes
Yep,
And then
that
it's like
works.
answer the phone.
So they
They've been
start
trying to talk
firing
to us.
warning shots. Interior Jedi clings over the panic look on her face. Where can we add that at? That trying to it has to be before they get hit, which is where'd it go? Where do they get hit at?
Mm.
Brandon, did you want to change that one line like between Colleen and Chemek?
Which one?
The one where you said it was more like Han Solo-esque or whatever.
Oh, where he's like, "What do you think we should hide?"
Yeah.
We don't have to,
Okay.
because I mean, he's got a bunch of lines kind of like that. So if that's his
Yeah.
character, then that's
That's
his
pretty
character.
much who he is now.
I can't find where they get hit. Well, just cut off. We're gonna get a word out. Presses a few buttons. Looks back at Mal. So there's okay. So there, all right. Here we go. Just at that moment, right after she says they're jamming all long range communications. So somewhere before there, we have to say they have to have them try to
I would say it's very briefly after they start firing warning shots. It should be like,
immediately.
"Hey, listen up."
Well, we can also like kind of cut the part where like Chemek is acknowledging what Tanga is doing with her voice because we can always have him acknowledge like that later and just have her doing that and then cut that part out.
Okay,
Cause like why is she gonna be describing her panic attack while they're like no one wants to hear that. We're in the middle, you know?
that's a good point.
So like the like what you're studying for and then no when I get nervous, like I feel like all like that doesn't even need to be there. We can just have her muttering through this scene and then later on when they're safe, he can be like, "What is going on with you?"
All right, so I can cut that out.
Figured
We
it
can put the
Like even if you want to keep like that one line in, like it doesn't need to she doesn't need to answer
answer
it.
it.
She's just doing her thing. She's focused
All
on
right, all right, that's perfect. Right here, before she answers, we could have um panel starts beeping and
perfect.
all right.
incoming communication from enemy starcraft.
All right, a panel starts flashing and beeping. Who do we need to say the words? Colleen.
Colleen's
Well,
the
Colleen,
one
she's been
already
you had the
at
Padawan.
communication.
Yeah, you had the
yeah.
Padawan
Yeah.
on communication. So
Well, Let's watch that. But the fighters are trying to.
They're hailing us.
That's a good word.
It's got a Star Trek.
It
works.
does. I've never. It does, honestly. Would they say that on Star Wars?
Let's see.
Well, we can keep. Fighters are. What's another word we can other than they're hailing us? I don't know.
Oops. Hailing.
All right. Well, Brandon does that.
Yeah.
So we can get rid of this. I don't care what he theorizes because we don't need that anymore. Colleen goes to chirp up the volunteer or something, but she's cut off. We can keep that. I mean, maybe actually have her say something here. No, because she just talks. She doesn't. So we can get rid of that too.
Yeah.
Okay, I got an idea. Get rid of this where she chirps up.
They're
Whoa,
called
whoa,
communications in Star Wars. They just call them communications. Incoming communication
whoa. So
or message. FTL communications have been said to have been impossible. You would essentially be sending
incoming
messages through time.
communication from the lead fighter. How about that? That sounds legit. Incoming communication from the lead fighter. Let's get rid of this
And you
next
know it's
line.
the lead because he has a special mark.
That's right. Then Chemek. How about he just says, no, that almost got bad.
I don't talk to people that's shooting at me.
Ignore it. Try to get a signal to the Jedi Council.
Buttons,
Or
now.
what did you say?
I said I don't talk to people who are shooting at me.
I like that. Try and get a signal. All right, okay. And that's when they're jamming all long range communications. Just at that moment, the ship rocks violently. They finally started firing. All right, that kind of seems kind of smooth.
Yeah.
Okay, so where'd it go? Okay, struck by light. I guess they're finished with their warning shots. That's Chemek. That's when he takes control of the ship and begins to actually fly the thing instead of just sitting there. I mean, are we okay with him, kind of just like snapping into beast mode here? Kind of back to his old self?
Yeah.
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 Oh, speaking of his old self, let me pause this screen sharing and come back.
Speaking of beast mode.
Yes.
Transformers.
No. Wrong
was
podcast.
Good.
I'm glad you liked it. We have another fan suggestion.
Did your alarm go off?
Yes, before we started recording. But I did remember.
Yeah, no, good for you.
Only took me
It's because
37
of all
minutes
the
later.
Drews, all the Drewness made him remember it.
Yeah. And I'm not going to copy. And apparently, they didn't copy the suggestion out of a lawnmower manual. So, all right.
Some of my best writing comes out of lawnmower manuals.
All right. I'm not gonna look up the exact wording, word for word, because that would take a while. I actually kind of remember basically exactly what it was. It was from Jenna again, our loyal listener, Jenna. Hi, Jenna.
Hi.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
She suggested, and this one I wholeheartedly like, as a over season arc for Colleen, that she sees Chemek doesn't like her, but she sees him as like a project where she wants to fix him, where he's broken, and
I can fix him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's young and naive and thinks you can change people.
I can rebuild him. Make him Stronger.
Yes, we have the technology. Yeah, I didn't know you were old enough for that.
Me?
I mean,
Yeah.
I
Are you?
watch
Yeah.
Sci-Fi Channel reruns in the morning on Sci-Fi, plus The Office
I
references.
had a dad that just was into that stuff. So as a
Uh-huh.
kid, we just watched all those old movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The old Incredible Hulk TV show too.
Mm-hmm.
Mystery
Sad
Science
piano.
Theater 3000. Man, I miss old Sci-Fi Channel. Almost makes me want cable.
Almost.
Almost.
No. Okay, but back to the fan suggestion of the overarch where she's trying to fix him. What do we think of that?
Probably a screwdriver would be best.
Well, I don't have any vodka or orange juice, so
I think just
Yeah,
because
that's
like
fine.
Colleen's personality is like type A, like she's like, I'm a go-getter. I'm the, like that's what she seems to be doing, that she would just naturally take that role. Like, it just feels like she would take on that responsibility of making sure Chimek gets better. Yeah. So yeah.
you okay with it, Brandon?
Yeah, go for it.
All
Sounds good.
right. Well, there we go. Jenna, you get writing credit
Stamp.
number 2. You get our stamp of approval.
And
We will
you get the official T-shirt in the mail for two.
don't do that. Don't because
Don't make promises we
Yeah.
can't keep.
I mean, if she wants a T-shirt, I will mail Jenna. You let us know if you want a T-shirt with our logo on it. I will get you a T-shirt with our logo on it for being our number 1 listener so far.
Only contributor.
Yeah, for our only fan suggestions so far, I will get you a T-shirt. Just let us know. All
You're
right.
welcome.
Yay. Thank you, Jenna. All right, we're not leaving. All right, so we're back to the
Bye,
script.
everyone.
Nope. We got a few more minutes. So Mal takes the controls, begins to fly. He's kind of flipped back into beast mode here. The Jedi ship takes off quickly, tries to maneuver away from the 3 fighters, but they're just too quick and maneuverable. Do we need to put that they're hitting about 60% of their shots, or is that just stupid?
I mean,
Is 60 too much? I think 60 is too much. Because maybe maybe we
I've
should.
never counted the number of shots that hit
Well, maybe it should
in
be
Star
less.
Wars.
Because maybe we should.
But they do have shields, so
Well, I'm thinking maybe we should show
Yeah.
Mal being somewhat of a decent pilot.
That's true too. I mean, maybe it's like riding a bike.
Maybe 40%,
Like you never forget.
40% maybe.
I
Hitting
think this
the
is more like a
occasional
note
shot.
for the editor. This is like the editor that's doing the CGI, blah blah blah. It's gonna be like, oh, this is how many shots they want to hit the ship. Got it.
I don't think we have a CGI animator in the budget.
Yeah, we do.
This is for Disney.
We have Disney money, Brandon.
Oh, where's my Disney money?
We have Disney money. So when this gets picked up on Disney Plus, we will be great. Yeah. So
Cool.
yeah.
As long as they remember to put us in the credits. Looking at you, X-Men 97.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, okay. So 40%. Back to the interior of the ship. Mal seems to have come out of his depression. He has life in his eyes and a lot more energy, more like he was in that opening scene. Mal turns to look at the back of his ship and see if Tanga has taken her position on the rear turret, but she's still standing 5 feet behind him. He is still muttering, Tanga. Important. If the battery pack is not fully charged after construction, please use before using the saber for the first time, charge it. Mal's infuriated at this. I am such a genius. Yes, I just went.
It's a good way to write.
I wish I could do
Weed
the
eater
voice.
instructions, toaster instructions.
I wish I could do the full 343 Guilty Spark voice. I'm a genius.
I wonder if there's an AI voice.
Stop it. Stop it. Don't go down the rabbit hole after we're done recording. All right, so Mal's infuriated at this. Are we okay with that? I mean,
Yeah.
Okay. Would you get back and fire at those ships, Tanga? Oh yeah, I can do that. I haven't had practice in a while. I mean, there's got to be a better way to say that because that makes her sound like completely like she was standing there stupidly. So there's
Um,
got to be a better way other than oh yeah I can do that.
well, we can just cut that line. She can go right to, well, I haven't had practice in a while, but I shall let the force guide me.
Okay.
Like the oh yeah, like the that can be like the reflection on her face, like her jumping up and coming. I haven't had practice in a while, but I shall let the force guide me, kind of thing.
All right. So then we have Colleen is looking at her with great admiration. She smiles at Tanga and she leaves the bridge toward the gunner's position. Do we need that whole exchange there? Like them looking, hey, smile, hey, we're getting shot at. Yay!
The smile thing seems weird to me.
Yeah, they're being actively shot in space right now. So
All right. So how about we just have Tanga leave?
yeah.
Get out of here, Tinga. No one asked for your lawnmower instruction book.
So Tanga leaves the bridge toward the gunner's position. The ship shakes again, taking more damage. Back to the exterior, we see the rear of the ship. The ship is taking many quick turns and ducks. Tanga is shooting the turret at fighters. She has some close shots, but fails to hit the target. She looks back towards the bridge. Should we have her have her fail to destroy any, but maybe hits a couple?
Yeah, I mean you could have her like almost do like the like this can just be like a side, like she doesn't have to say anything, but it's like she misses like two and then she hits one. It's like, oh.
you could
Like she's
you could
almost
redo the
surprised at
scene from
herself.
episode 4.
There you go, apparently.
Oh, Luke and
I got one. That's great, kid.
don't get cocky.
Yeah, don't get cocky.
So do we want her to destroy? Ooh, ooh, yes.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Oh,
Ah, yeah.
goodness.
Sorry, the
Man.
captain of the brain ship just woke up.
Shocking things that people listening to the podcast don't know
Uh-huh.
what's
I
happening.
just got an idea.
Ta-ta! What if she's going to disable one and it'll come back in later
Ooh,
Got it.
episode 2. So she
tantalizing.
fails to destroy
Tantalizing? Tantalizing.
the
It's one of those.
the target. She just fails to destroy the target, but she disables. Well, she has some good hits
Wow.
and
Like Mariah Carey.
disables the ship. She looks back towards the ship, looks back toward the bridge. I got one.
I got one.
Exactly. I got one.
That's great, kid. Don't think.
Well,
Everyone loves a reference, okay? Call back.
so Tanga, I got one. Mal's excited and seems to be having fun. What do you want? A medal? Keep shooting.
I
Does
mean,
he think
they
I've
did
been
get a medal
doing?
in episode 4.
That's kind of my point. That's kind of the callback for it. They got a medal. So what do you want? A medal? Keep shooting.
Keep shooting.
So,
Question mark?
oh wait,
Keep shooting?
Keep shooting?
I'm like last week. My unnecessary exclamation points. We can actually use them this week. Tanga shrugs her shoulders. What does he think I've been doing? Or should we have her say, "Ooh, a medal sounds nice"?
hmm.
Does she really need to even respond? Like, could you just like start turning back and just shooting?
Yeah,
Like,
I could see that. Yeah, she doesn't need that. She wouldn't answer. Shrugs her shoulders and continues blasting. So, anyways, she started blasting.
yeah, she did.
Since we're having Mal being played by Danny DeVito.
There I was. Barbecue sauce on my tits.
So Colleen smiles and looks over at Mal. Colleen saying here, "What do you want me to do, Master?" Mal looks straight ahead with a smile. "Just keep trying to get the long range communications to work. Just like that time on Sub Terrell, isn't it, Zeph?" Mal's face.
You didn't finish the name.
That's right, I didn't.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dot, dot, dot. Dot, dot,
Ellipsis.
dot. Mal's face, even the music here would probably change.
Beethoven's Fifth.
Mal's face slumps as he comes back to reality and realizes what he said. He holds the control still for a minute and the ship rocks violently.
Well, you can even do like when, someone's coming to a realization and the sound kind of gets muted for a second, like kind of muffly. And
Ooh,
then
you
the
could
ship
do-
gets hit and it comes back and he's like,
Yeah,
"Oh, I'm back."
You could do the thing where like he's like freezes there and it's just like zoned out and you hear like do 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 and everything's like muffled in the background and then you're like master and he's like, "Huh, what?"
Yeah, no.
Mine didn't
I
have
liked it.
music. But yeah.
Yours might be a little overkill. We're in a He's singing Leia's theme. Oh. Oh, there you are. I'm back.
Did
Are you
you freeze on yours too? I was
Yeah.
like, is that a sarcastic smile?
Wait.
Oh, yeah, I
Okay.
froze again. It's back to my original
They're
question.
the same smile.
Same thing every time. Did he do it again? No,
No,
he's
now
sitting
I'm
there
just
now.
messing with
Okay.
you.
Oh my gosh, that was scared me.
Oh, if you're not watching this on YouTube, you're missing out on this part.
That's
back
where
to my
the
original question.
shenanigans happens.
Were you
Okay,
singing
sorry.
Leia's theme in the middle of him supposed to
Yeah,
be?
it was the first Star Wars like sad sounding thing I could think of.
I was like, a
Do,
love
do,
song?
do, 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 do,
Oh.
do.
So that's what
It
I
was
do.
either that or May the Force be with you, and that one didn't seem to fit.
So you know how I told you and when I'm at work and riding in the car and I write these in my head as I go along,
Mm-hmm.
I do it while I'm listening to the Star Wars soundtracks.
There you go.
There you go.
By the
In
way,
the mood.
listen to the Clone Wars soundtrack. It's by Kevin Kierner. Oh my God,
the
it
TV
slaps.
show.
Yeah, it slaps like crazy.
Yeah, it's not bad. They take the original stuff and tweak it to fit
Well,
the
he
show.
has, there's his own original stuff in there too.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
I like the theme. I always like the theme, how like they turn it into like a war march kind of thing.
Yeah.
Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-ba-ba-bum.
Yeah. All right. So back to Mouse face lumps as he comes back to reality and realizes what he said. He holds the controls still for a minute. So he basically stops flying the ship for a second. Like he freaks out.
Cue Leia's theme.
Cue Leia's
Can
theme.
I type on this?
No, but I can. He holds the control still for a minute and the ship rocks violently. Colleen checks her monitors and gets a grim look on her face. Master, they have taken out our
Ships are
engines.
rocking.
We are dead in space. You okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you want me to do? Get out and push.
Okay. Just at that moment, another blast hits the ship and Colleen and Mal are nearly thrown from their seats. A new klaxon begins to wail. The lights flicker and go dark. There is very little light left. Some of the instrument panels begin to spark. Mal begins to check his controls. They have knocked out main power, propulsion, and weapons are offline. They have knocked out main power, propulsion and weapons are offline. Life support is failing. Tanga enters the hatchway and returns to the bridge. She has a gash on her forehead and is bleeding. Colleen looks back at her and has a look of horror. Master Lore, are you okay? Your head is bleeding. We can take out that last line. We can see that her head is bleeding. We don't need. All right. I am all right, young one. Let's focus on the task at hand first. Yes, master. Colleen and Tanga back and forth there. Colleen turns back around, looks at her console. A light starts beeping and blinking. Well, short range communication works. They are hailing again. They are
calling? Wait, no. What
They
was
are
Signal.
signaling
That's
again.
in communication.
There we go.
I don't think you need an exclamation mark there because now everything's like shut off, right? It's dark.
Well, I was kind of like, she's like, well, short, kind of, still kind of the optimist in the situation.
The oldest kid in the episode of Barney from the 90s.
Ah, okay.
Excited about everything.
Well, maybe not. Well,
Like I feel like she can still like say it with a smile almost, but she's not like gonna be like exclaiming it.
okay. Yeah, okay, I'll take
Like,
it out.
well, short range communication still works. Like, versus like yelling it out.
So then we got Mal looks at her in disgust. How can you be that optimistic right now? Do you not understand just how serious this situation is? Okay, we don't need right now twice. There. How serious the situation is. Colleen shrugs. I just have to trust in the force. At hearing that, Mal starts. Should he visibly get upset or just more shrink down into himself?
You should start
He-
playing Leia's theme.
He could get more stoic, like just
There we go.
withdrawn.
More distance.
Yeah.
More distanced.
There, I'll just put all of them.
Perfect. We'll let the actor have.
You didn't put purple.
Yep. Whatever you just said, great. Nobody heard of it. Okay. I don't know why my
No one
internet's
heard
doing
me?
this. No. Something about
So you
purple.
can't hear me when I do this?
Yeah, I sure can now.
Oh, okay.
It froze for a second. I don't know why my internet's doing this tonight. It's weird. Anyway,
Go hit the hamster, get him running.
I don't have the hamster anymore. He died, and I got like,
Well, that's why your internet sucks.
I got a beefed up like gerbil now. He's on gerbil and steroids compared to the hamster. Anyway,
He's
hearing,
in a
We're
hamster
so
business.
close. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's focus.
maybe Tanga, maybe we should answer the comm, and maybe we should answer the comm. Maybe they'll let us surrender. That's stupid.
It doesn't say that.
I know, but I don't like that.
Maybe I don't know. Would she just like?
Maybe we should answer the calm this time.
Yeah, like I don't think she needs to say the surrender part because I think that's kind of implied when you're dead in space.
Okay, well we'll have to take the next line out.
Oh, okay.
Because Mal saying, well, we don't even know who they are. We need to say something.
Yeah.
We don't have. All right, hang on.
What?
Why not? They stopped firing. Why not? They stopped shooting at us.
Why? They stopped shooting. All the more reason to answer it. Okay.
Well, maybe Maljamek should say why, and Tanga should say, well, they stopped shooting because of the other line where he says he doesn't answer the phone.
Yeah, he doesn't like talking to people shooting at him.
Yeah, so it'd be like more like Tanga would be the one to say, well, they stopped shooting.
Maybe we should answer the comm. They stopped shooting.
Well, you can put it there or in the
I would
other
put it after.
part.
Yeah.
Because where Maljamek says why they stopped shooting, you could make him just say like why, and then Tanga says, well, they stopped shooting, and then he says, okay, I'll answer it. Like if that makes sense.
So, all right. So maybe we should answer the comm. Why they stopped shooting.
I would get rid of Malchamak saying they stopped shooting.
Okay,
like he's just asking why.
Gotcha.
Like you can ask him like he can say something else as if he wants, but I was thinking like if he just says like why or something and then Tanga says, "Well, they stopped shooting," or "They stopped shooting." And then he can say, "Oh, okay, I'll answer it."
All right, so let's get rid of this. Okay, so maybe we should answer the comm. They stopped shooting, and Shemek says, "Okay, I'll answer it." But first, he looks over at Colleen says, as I talk to them, go back to the engine room and try to get main power back online. Focus on the focus on that and propulsion. We have to get out of here. Yes, master. And Mal turns back, takes a deep breath, presses a button on the console, and we see a screen come on and a very pissed off Wookiee or Big Bad. That's going to be the $1 million question here.
Minion
You're thinking the Wookiee?
grunt.
Yeah. Wookie.
What a Wookiee.
And a
Fur baby.
female Wookiee
How do you know it's female?
appears on the.
It's wearing lipstick.
There's a joke in there somewhere, but
That was the joke.
isn't
Yeah.
isn't that a punchline to like an old joke somewhere?
Lord of the Rings with dwarves?
No. Pope's in a Volkswagen. That's it.
What?
I haven't heard that one. I'm sorry.
All right. Never mind then. Never mind. Okay. And I think we're going to end right there.
Yay!
Woohoo!
End of
Because-
the episode.
because I don't have
Best
any more
movie
in.
ever made.
And I guess next week, well, Brandon, what do we do now?
Sauve.
Save as PDF. This is episode 8.
It's pronounced
Salve as
piss.
padifu.
We're almost to double digits. You want to register this with the WGA?
Yeah, we probably should.
I don't think so.
Get
All right.
Notes.
Let's turn off the screen sharing. All right. Well, I think we did pretty good tonight. We got the space battle up until the. So the way I see this ending is tune in next week. That's right, folks. Oh, not giving that away.
No, we all know the way that this ends. They're gonna have a big space battle, blow up the Death Star, and get the medals at the end.
What do you want, a medal?
Yes.
I mean, all you've done is stand there and recite lawnmower manuals. God, this AI companion is going to be so all over the place with Star Wars and lawnmowers and.
So yeah, make sure to follow us on social media so you can read all
About
the
how
AI.
Drew loves trying on leotards at Walmart in his free time.
I do.
Oh, especially he loves nude, black, red leotards, like any
Mhm.
leotards for all occasions.
He also once was in a stage production of Cats when he was in Huntington, West Virginia.
No, he
I
wasn't.
can't tell. Oh yes, he was. I was there. I got a ticket.
I finished second place in a drag show once.
Good for
Dressed
you.
as a cat.
No, was not dressed as a cat.
Listen, I'm giving this AI gold. I want to see what it makes.
Oh, it's. I mean, last week we got it to see if we could fire you. That was what we really tried to do.
Hey,
Just
listen, I got my Switch sitting right here. It is more than capable of occupying me on a Tuesday night.
No, our whole goal was just see if we could get it to pop up and say, like, one of the notes is they discussed firing Brandon, and by God, it worked perfectly. Because you didn't listen to the episode, did you?
I started listening to it. I haven't finished it.
Well, yeah, I mean, we specifically say, let's just see if we get the AI to do this, and just like you can send it to Brandon. Yay, we're evil,
Just a little bit.
and it worked. Thank you, AI. This is the AI companion summary appreciation hour. All right, but
Yay.
anywho, all right, but yeah, so come back next week, and we'll have a guest back next week, hopefully. And I think next week we can probably finish this episode.
I thought we just did.
No, because we did.
Oh.
We got to go back and do the scenes I added that we didn't get to today.
Okay.
Which, spoiler alerts, no, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to make you tune in next week.
Darth Vader's
Yeah.
Anakin.
No,
What? I
bastard.
just started the series.
Luke kisses his sister.
I knew that one.
Yeah, that's anyway. Anyway,
Wookiees
Tune in next
aren't
week.
real.
we might meet a character that you may know. Who could it be? Shut up, Brandon. Shut up, Brandon.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
There. I'll mute him so he doesn't give it away. Me no hear you. All right. Anywho,
YouTube exclusive.
how do I can ask to unmute, but I don't remember how to unmute him.
We'll just say bye without
Qui-Gon Jinn.
There we go. There we go. All right. All right. Brandon, you have any last words? Final thoughts?
Yes.
Are you gonna say them?
I'm just waiting to try to like trick him out because I know he's going to mute me as soon as I start talking.
No, I'm not. I'm really not. As long as you don't start quoting Chat GPT or spoiling our surprise.
I wasn't spoiling surprise. I was being clearly not true about it. Qui-Gon
Okay.
Jinn is not alive yet.
Oh, just making sure.
Okay. No, I don't think I do. Make sure you don't litter. Littering's bad. Those
Littering
are good
is bad.
last
Yep.
words.
All right, Jess.
Those are last words.
Any final thoughts?
No. You know what? I was gonna give them, but I feel like Brandon said it all. Like he really put.
Yeah, I'm going to mute her on that one since she's praising you. I've got all the power. I can mute anybody. I can even mute my.
No one's gonna get that. That's not watching this.
It's specials. These are inside jokes.
Now he doesn't know how to unmute himself.
I can unmute myself.
Oh, there we go.
Ha ha ha. All right. Well, that's my final thought. So stupid. I muted myself. All the Drews are idiots. So for Brandon and Jess, bye, everybody.